everybody. How's everybody doing today? I have missed a few weeks. I think it's 3 weeks that I missed. And I wanted to tell you a little bit about that. So January and February have never really been my months. We could go from Christmas Day to March 1st and I would be completely happy. And I know some wonderful people who were born in January and February, but those are just not my months. I was married for many years and found out my husband was having an affair in February. The next February, our divorce was final. And 2 weeks after our divorce was final, my daddy died. And I was a big daddy's girl. And so that was really, the anniversary of those things are tough. And then this year, I actually had two friends pass away in February. The first one passed away at the beginning of the month. The other one died towards the end of the month. They both passed away from cancer. The first one who passed away, we were more than acquaintances, but we weren't great friends. We were friends. And she was sent home from the hospital with hospice care, which can be up to 6 months. She had been posting on Facebook that she thought things were looking up, and she was just, she just was a lot sicker than I thought she was. Anyway, and so it was a little bit of a shock. She passed away about a week after she came home from the hospital, and that was a pretty big shock. The other person that passed away was a good friend, a really close friend. We used to sit next to each other at work. We sat next to each other for 2 years, and we laughed and we cried. We were really good friends, and she was one of these people who could light up a room when she walked in. She could literally put a smile on anybody's face, and she could make me laugh, and I love to laugh. And so anybody who makes me laugh, I love it. I love it. Laughter, what is that line from Steel Magnolias? Laughter through tears is my favorite emotion. I think Dolly Parton said that. Anyway, I digress. But I knew, she knew that she did not have a great chance of survival. I knew that. But if there was ever a miracle that I wanted it for her. She was quite a few years younger than me, and so she had been going through a divorce and cancer, and I went through both of those too, but not at the same time. And I mean, she stuck it out like you would not believe. If you didn't know she had cancer and just listen to her, you would probably never know. She was so positive and so bubbly, and just, I can't think of another phrase besides she could just light up the room when she walked in. And I was always happy to talk to her and text with her. And she had moved to a different state, had been living there for the last couple of years, and so didn't get to see her. And she passed away, and my heart, I could almost feel my heart break. It was so sad. And I don't know what your religious views are or preferences are, but I believe there is a heaven and a hell, and she is definitely in heaven. And so she is completely healed, which is great and makes me smile. But my heart hurts and it breaks because she's gone. And I miss her. I miss her a lot. So the other thing that happened that I really didn't anticipate, well, I didn't anticipate any of that, but was so my other videos, all of these videos are in my bedroom. You just couldn't see my bed. And so I decided to, instead of this being my bedroom, I decided to make this. I had my office and craft space out in the garage, but I decided to bring it back inside. And so this is my craft slash office slash YouTube studio room. And I moved my bedroom out to another room. And that took about 2 weeks. I had bought a new desk, and I had to build a desk that I was using what my friend Renee calls a Ethan Allen garage sale table. It was just one of those banquet tables that you unfold and pull the legs out, and that's what I was using for my desk. So I bought an actual desk, put it together, got this room kind of fixed up and straightened up. I've still got some work to do, but it's on the other side of that camera, so you can't see it. But I did finally get that up and going. So that is where I've been. That is what's been going on with me. I hope everybody has had a much better last 3 weeks than I have. Anyway, let's get into the purpose of today's video. Today I have swatches from the new China Glaze collection called Mystic Bloom. I watched another YouTuber do her review of this nail polish collection, and she was downright giddy. She could not contain herself. She was so excited for this collection. I was not. It's not my thing. There are no creams in this set. There are 8 polishes in this set, not a single cream, which I'm not a hard, fast, set on creams, but they are up there with my favorites. I do love a good glitter every now and then, or a shimmer, especially for like an accent nail. But these are all some sort of special finish. Glitters, shimmers. There's a couple, I know at least one of that pearl finish that if you watch my SE Valentine's video, you know what I'm talking about. And I do not like that. It's just really not me. It gets very brush strokey, which these brush strokes do pretty much disappear as you let the polish dry. They do settle in, but it's just not, that finish is not for me. If it's for you, you're gonna love this collection. If you love pastels and shimmers and glitter, you're gonna absolutely love it. Anyway, that's what today's collection is. My favorites, if you know me, or if you've heard me say in another video that my favorite colors are brown, green, and blue, you're gonna look at this collection and go, I know exactly which ones her favorite were, and you're gonna be wrong, because I did the same thing. When I opened this collection up, I said, oh, I know exactly which ones are gonna be my favorites, and they weren't even close. It was completely opposite. So see if you can guess what you think my favorites are. But I'm anxious to see what you think about this collection, so let's go ahead and get started. First up, we have Bloominescence, and this is a purple shimmer, a purple shimmer matte, which is hard to imagine a shimmer and a matte in the same nail polish, but that's exactly what this is, and China Glaze does it really well. It built up nicely in 2 coats. The formula was really good on this one. I did compare this one to OPI's Into the Night from their Spider-Man collection. China Glaze's Purple Tonium, and that was from their Halloween collection last year. And OPI's Turn on the Northern Lights. Turn on the Northern Lights has a lot more sparkle to it than what it's showing in this picture. Purple Tonium is probably the closest to it, but it's just the matte finish. It does not have the shimmer in it like the Bloominescence does. Next up is Bloomforia, and this is a light purple duochrome, which means that it's going to look a little different in different lights. It's a really pretty color. It is not going to be opaque really on your nails. I did 2 coats, and you can still see quite a bit of nail line. But the formula was good on this. I compared it to Orly Alexandrite by You, China Glaze Spoil Me Roy. I think it's supposed to be Royale, and I put Royal on there, but I think it's Royale. And then OPI, My Color Wheel is Spinning. Bloomforia, you can see, is quite a bit lighter than the rest of those. Next up is Fairy Tale Bliss, and this is a pink shimmer. Again, it went on really nicely in 2 coats. It did cover the nail. It was fully opaque in 2 coats. Formula was really good on it. I compared this one to OPI's Paint the Tinseltown Red, Essie's Pretty in Pink from their Valentine's collection earlier this year. I'm sorry, Pretty in Ink, not Pretty in Pink. And then Essie's One Way for One. Next up is Instant Sparks. Instant Sparks. And this one is they call this one a pink hollow glitter. China Glaze calls it a pink hollow glitter. I think it looks more tan color. I can see if you compare it with pinks, it might look more pink, but in the bottle and on my swatches, it looked tan. It did not look pink at all to me. And again, it was built up nicely in 2 coats. Again, it's not opaque. I did not get it opaque. And you would have to put quite a few coats on to get it opaque. I compared this one to Orly's Touch of Magic, Essie Glee for All, and OPI's 50 Years of Style. And those are all golden colors, golden sort of tannish colors in it. And that's what it looks closest to when you look at it in the bottle. It is a glitter, but it's not going to be hard to take off. You're not going to have to scrub or anything to take off. It will come off pretty easily. Next up is Mystic Dawn, and this is a nude with some blue undertones in it, and it does have a little bit of a shimmer to it. Again, built up great in 2 coats. Good formula on this one. I compared this one to Essie Out of the Jukebox, China Glaze Tan Dew Attitude, which I thought it looked almost identical to in the bottle, and then OPI's Dazzling Dewdrop. And you can see it's a little bit more, it's lighter than Tan Dew Attitude, but not quite as gold as Dazzling Dewdrop. Next on the list is a light green pearl, and this is called Planted and Enchanted. And this is that pearl finish that I really don't like. But it did go on. It did go on pretty nice. The formula was a little bit. I think it was a little heavy. Maybe I'm not sure if that's the right word, but it seemed to want to flood my cuticles a little bit. So if you have short nails like me, you're going to want to put just a little bit of the polish on your brush and not get your brush completely saturated, or it will try to flood your cuticles. I compared this one to OPI's Ready, Fet, Go, China Glaze She's So Extraterrestrial, and China Glaze's Emerald Magic. And none of those are that pearl finish, but the colors are pretty similar. Next up is Pretty as a Petal, and China Glaze describes this as a light pink cross between a frost and a matte, and that's exactly what it looks like. And I did compare it to some pinks here, but it's got, I don't know, I say in the end video that I think it's got a little bit of brown in it or something, because in this comp shot it looks really pink, but on my hands and in the bottle, in the bottle it looks really like a pink pearl, and I thought, I'm not gonna like this one at all. But it's got sort of a neutral tone to it. I'm not exactly sure how. I'm Not exactly sure what they put in it, but it is a little bit of a neutral tone when you get it away from other pinks. I compared this one to Morgan Taylor's Feeling Flirty, Orly's Cool in California, and China Glaze Glistening Pearls from their Christmas collection, holiday collection this past year. And last but not least is Secret Ronde Blue, and this is a blue glitter. Again, nothing is going to be hard to remove it with it being a glitter. This one, it was another one that wanted to flood my cuticles. So again, if your nails are not really long, you may want to just put a little bit of polish on your brush rather than put a lot on there and have it flood your cuticles. It did want to roll over to the sides especially. So just be aware of that. And I compared this one to Orly's Ephemeral. China Glaze, this is Ranunculus, and OPI's Tinker Thinker Winker, which when you look at the OPI one in the bottle, it looks straight like a silver, but it does have a little bit of a bluish green tint to it when you put it on, and so that's why I wanted to compare it to Secret Ronde Blue. Hey, so what did y'all think about that collection? It's different. It's really, really different, and I appreciate different, but I would have loved to have seen a cream or two in that collection. I really thought one of the browns, maybe Mystic Dawn, was going to be my favorite, or even Secret Ronde Blue might be my favorite, but it wasn't. Guess what my favorites were? Bloomphoria and Pretty as a Petal. I know, I'm as shocked as you are. But they went on great. They dried a matte finish. Now, China Glaze says this is a cross between a frost and a matte, which a frost is that close to that pearly finish that I really don't like. I didn't see that in this at all. This to me looked more like a shimmer, a matte shimmer. And the color of this is not super pink. It has like a drop of brown in it or something, maybe a drop of black that brings it a little more over to the neutral side. And so I really like this one. I typically don't go for like bright purples, but again, this is that frosty or that shimmery matte, which I think is a very cool finish. I like that. A shimmer, a matte shimmer. It's hard to even explain. You just have to see it. But anyway, these two are my favorites out of this collection. So I've got a bit of catching up to do. So we're gonna do I think we're gonna do Orly's spring collection next, and then I'll figure out what's going to be after that. But I've got Orly to do. I've got a Cert Colors collection. I have another Essie collection. I have a Zoya collection. So we'll get those videos up and running. So anyway, I hope everybody had a good week. And so today's trivia question. And I'm going to have to decide how long I want to do this trivia thing. I know I've only done it 1 week. But today's trivia question is, what is your favorite cereal to eat? Y'all are going to think I'm an old lady. My favorite cereal to eat is Bran Flakes. I know, it's crazy. I put a bunch of sugar on it, though. It's so good. So anyway, that's my favorite. I've never liked kids cereals, like real sugary cereals. I liked Cocoa Puffs when I was little. I don't even know if they still make those or not, but I do like those. Anyway, it's just trivia. So let me know what your favorite cereal is down in the description box. But more importantly, let me know what your favorite nail polish was. I did get these from, I think I got these from Beyond Polish, and I will link their website down below. So I think that's it. So anyway, I will see you again hopefully next week. I'm going to say next week. And I hope everybody has a good one. See you later. Bye.